Hello friends, today we are starting the unit 2 of Microeconomics. The name of the unit is Theory of Consumer Behavior. This unit comes for 16 marks in the board exam. Now this topic microeconomics is common for class 12 as well as class 11th. Now this topic covers 3 chapters in it. First is the utility analysis. Second is demand. And third is elasticity of demand. The whole 3 chapters combined come for 16 marks. So right now today we will start with utility, the chapter. Now this chapter has 2 things to be done. We have a cardinal approach and we have an ordinal approach. Before we start this, the first important thing we need to know is what is utility. Utility is nothing but the want satisfying power of a commodity. That is utility. For example, let's say fan. Let's say if we have winters, fan is not useful, but see, fan is always a useful commodity, right? But when we have winters, is fan giving us any satisfaction in winters? No. So the utility of fan in winters is 0, while that in summers is very high. So fan, the product, will have different utilities in both the weather conditions. So any product, for example this pen, I have to teach you, so I am writing from this pen. So this is giving me some satisfaction. That satisfaction, the amount of satisfaction is known as utility. Now utility can be measured by 2 approaches. One is the cardinal approach and the other is the ordinal approach. Cardinal approach was given by the classical economist, as we say. It was given by Alfred Marshall. While ordinal approach came later when we had suffered some limitations from cardinal approach. We'll talk about them later. Then J.R. Hicks, he came up with an approach known as the ordinal approach. Let us first talk about the cardinal approach. Under the cardinal approach, Alfred Marshall says that utility is measurable. That means we can measure the utility. And the term, the unit which he gives, it is measurable in terms of utils. For example, when we measure milk, it is in liters. So when we measure utility, it is in utils. Now, according to Alfred Marshall, if I am writing from this pen, what do I get? I get some satisfaction. Let's suppose I am getting 10 utils of satisfaction. This was given by Alfred Marshall. But later it was found that every person will have a different level of satisfaction. That is, every person, for example, for me, this pen gives me 10 util satisfaction. But for, let's say, a child who is 3 years, this pen may not give any satisfaction. 0 utils of satisfaction. So it depends, it differs from person to person. Therefore, J.R. Hicks came up with a concept that we cannot measure utility. He said utility is not measurable. You cannot measure it. You can only rank your preferences. For example, according to Alfred Marshall, he says that if suppose I am having a burger, it is giving me 10 utils of satisfaction and pizza is giving me 100 utils of satisfaction. But I can't say this. J.R. Hicks says that I will prefer a pizza over a burger. We can only say that. How much? By how much depends on individual to individual. Okay. Moving forward, now we will discuss about the cardinal approach. Before we start, what is exactly is cardinal approach? We need to know what do we mean by total utility. Now, when we talk about the total utility, or also given by TU of X, this is nothing but the total amount of satisfaction that we derive by consumption of all units. For example, if I am consuming, let's suppose, 10 units of X, that means I am getting total satisfaction of, let's say, 100 utils. So this 100 is nothing but total utility. If I am consuming 1 chapati, then 2 chapatis, and 3 chapati, I have consumed 5 chapatis together, and I've got a satisfaction of, let's say, 20 utils. Second you have is known as marginal utility, also given by mu of X. Now this is defined as the rate of change in total utility brought about by 1 unit change in the quantity of a commodity. This simply means the additional satisfaction that we derive. For example, let's say I had the first chapati. By eating first chapati, the additional satisfaction that I derived was around 10 utils. Now when I will eat my second chapati, it will not give me the same satisfaction because my stomach is full now. It is starting to fill up. So it will give me, let's say, additional. Only the second has given me 8 units of satisfaction. When I have the third chapati, now my tummy is again fuller. So again it will give me lesser amount of satisfaction. Let's say 5 units of satisfaction. The fourth chapati, I'm very full. Now it is not giving me any satisfaction. It's equal to the third one. In fact, it may happen that I may vomit after that. So my satisfaction even fell. Now if you see, when I'm consuming 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units and 4 units, these are the additional satisfaction from that very unit which I'm getting. Now when I total these up, from the first one I'm getting 10 satisfaction. When I consume both first and second, I'm getting 18. When I consume first, second and third together, I get 23 and so on. So this is your total satisfaction and this additional is your marginal utility. Right? We need to know one more important thing, that marginal utility of any commodity will keep on diminishing. That is, why is it so? Why does it happen that it keeps on falling? Very simple, because the consumption is going on continuously. I had first chapati, then I had second one, then immediately third one, immediately the fourth one. So once I'm full with the second one, will I be in the mood to have the third one? No, I am not in that same mood as I was when it was the first one. Therefore, the additional satisfaction keeps on falling. Hence, MUX will keep on diminishing. This is also known as law of diminishing MUX, marginal utility. Now, this is what is total satisfaction and marginal satisfaction. It is total utility and marginal utility. Okay. After this, in the next video, we will be talking about how to derive consumer equilibrium using this cardinal approach, that is the Alfred Marshall approach. If you like the video, please click on the share button and like button. Thank you.